Alright, we are on the play here in match 1 of this league, and oh my, this hand is bad. It has 3 lands, that's something. Spell Snare is good in, I want to say, most matchups. We don't have any threats or cantrips or actual removal, so we're probably behind against aggro. We're behind against mid-range and control, and we're also behind against combo because we don't have a clock. That hand is significantly better. We have the ability to cast some stuff. The opponent mulled too, so there's that. We can cast things. We have an island on top. If we leave that on top, it means we're not casting anything if we choose to wait until we draw that, because we're on the play, not the draw. So we play this Misty, and then we either do nothing, so we could draw the card, the island on top, or we fetch out a Steam Vents and cast one of these two. Which one's better? If we're going for the visions, we may as well wait for the island, because that's a guaranteed land drop. So would I rather play Delver of Secrets or draw an island? It's a good question. I'm gonna go with Delver. Unknown opponent. I could live with that. On the other hand, having a second land is really helpful. Let's wait. If we really need to bolt something, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll go for drawing island. Power plant. Okay. That's fine. It's bad for us, but it's fine. We're going to draw an island. Everything's okay. Nothing wrong here. I kind of want to fetch out a Steam Vents so that we can use this bolt. We have a lot of blue spells, so I want to get a blue source with this Misty to go with our island. However, I kind of think maybe we should get a green source instead of the red source. Let's get Breeding Pool. Visions. Okay. Is Denial worth transforming Delver? Probably. Denial's not great here, but it does transform Delver. Flooded Strand is going to act as our red source, so that worked out just fine. I do think I'd rather have the green source, since the one bolt isn't going to go very far. Now, it looks like the opponent just has natural Tron. They might not, though. This could be a Chalice. A Chalice on 1. Is it Chalice on 1? It smells like Chalice on 1. That or it's an... Oh, not a Ballista. It's a Ballista. Well, goodbye, Delver. Nice knowing you. It's been a good time. We're going to scour away that Stubborn Denial, because we no longer want to draw that. Oh boy, Lightning Bolt. Not sure that's better. Mandrills is... Fetch first? Do we fetch first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The opponent has creature and artifact. We don't have traverse, so we just need to worry about Goyf. That means Delver can go. We can delve the Misty. We can delve Denial, Bolt, Thought Scour. That's fine. We don't need to show them what we're getting just yet. Get rid of Bolt, Scour, Denial, Delver, and Misty. We're going to be putting Instants in the bin soon enough, so that's fine. We also have plenty of Lightning Bolts, so we're not going to draw more Snapcasters. Then we will have Bolts to flashback. Not Tron yet. Matter Reshaper. Alright, E-Tron. Although, to be fair, Walking Ballista should have tipped me off sooner. Would I just bolt that? No, bolting that gets us an extra 2 damage because of Trample, whereas bolting Face gets us 3 damage. Okay. We drew a Vapor Snag, which could be quite helpful. We're going to attack here. I imagine they block. Maybe not. They decided not to. That's acceptable, and I believe I want to chart a course. Visions, Mandrills. Do we want to cast anything? I'm assuming not. If they cast a Thought-Knot Seer next turn, I want to be able to Vapor Snag it. Do I want to be able to Vapor Snag it? They cast Thought-Knot, we snag Thought-Knot, we draw a card, they take our best card, which is probably Mandrills. They get to Thought-Knot us again. I guess that's not a huge deal. What if they don't have the Thought-Knot? Or what if we just decide we don't care about them having Thought-Knot? They take Mandrills. If they take Snag, they get their 4/4, and that's a little troublesome. This is difficult. I don't really care about being able to take care of this on their turn, because even if they go Eldrazi Temple, Reality Smasher, we take 8, we go to 6, we hit for 4, we can Vapor Snag the Smasher at our leisure, we can Bolt them at our leisure, that puts them down to 6, we're going to want to play this out, so maybe Visions is a little aggressive here, or maybe not. We're going to wait again. Don't know. I don't know. I certainly feel more comfortable having spells up, but I don't know if I should have been tapping out on those 2 turns. Here's the Eldrazi Temple. There's the Reality Smasher. This is probably going to be bounced. Or maybe not. Smasher, Thought-Knot. Nope, Reshaper. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Are they attacking? Nope. They want to play the long con. I think we bolt face. Or we bolt one of these so that Mandrills can get in more cleanly. That's not the worst. I kind of want to save this Vapor Snag for the bigger stuff. Am I okay with trading Mandrills with both of these, given that we have a second Mandrills, or would I rather bolt? Or we hold off on bolting so that we can kind of sort of get them. I'm going to swing. I'm assuming they want a double block. That or there's a Dismember coming. There's the double block. We're going to bolt one of these. That's perfectly fine. Take care of that. Trigger. Expedition map's going to enter the battlefield. That's bad. They can activate that with their 2 open mana. So that is very bad. They're going to take 2. Another trigger. We've got Matter Reshaper. I hate when that happens. I'm thinking we Visions and Mandrills. I'm going to Visions first, see if there's a Snapcaster Mage in the pipeline. Sure, that's fine. Let that resolve. No Snapcaster Mage in the pipeline. We've got a Bauble and a Delver of Secrets. I kind of like the Delver. Don't really want the Bauble. Stomping Ground would be helpful if I want to shock. They got the tower. That makes sense. They're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana next turn. We might be seeing an Ulamog. We could Stomping Ground to hold up one of these 2 while playing Mandrills. Does the 2 life hurt us that much? I think maybe the velocity could be worth more. And we're going to delve. I kind of just want to leave the bolt. You know what? We can Vapor Snag if we can Snag if we draw a Snapcaster Mage and we want to do something to that effect. Not necessarily as good as Snap Bolt, but Snap Snag is certainly not bad. And that also lets us leave a sorcery in the graveyard. Oh, we're going to Vapor Snag this. They're just going to put it back down, or we let them take our Vapor Snag. We could just let them take the Thought Scour and Vapor Snag the Matter Reshaper. Because I don't want them... I don't want our opponent to take the Delver. But they're just going to put that Reshaper back down, so maybe we let them take the Vapor Snag so that we can Delver Scry with this. We definitely don't bounce this, because then we draw Delver, they take Delver. That isn't the right option. We can either snag this, or we give up the Vapor Snag to keep the Thought Scour. You know what? Vapor Snag's not going to do that much just bouncing a Matter Reshaper, so I'm going to let it happen. Take it. Snap Snag is officially off the table. Well, that assumes they think Vapor Snag is worth more than Thought Scour, and that's my conclusion. I'm assuming the opponent agrees. Tron is definitely a rough matchup. There goes Vapor Snag. Now we could Scour them to draw the Delver of Secrets. But how good is that? 6 mana? Is that an Endbringer? Oh, it's a Wormcoil Engine? Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I believe that means we're dead. How many Wormcoil engines does Eldrazi Tron play? We're going to cast this. Whew. Okay, so we passed the turn because we're not attacking into that board. Wormcoil attacks, we block with both Mandrills. All that trades. Maybe we Scour here. Yeah, we could potentially find something better. Shoal is not it. Simic Charm was one of the cards I was thinking of scouring into. But alas, so the Wormcoil is going to attack. We're going to block with both Mandrills. A lot of stuff's going to die. They're going to gain 6 life. They're going to get 2 tokens. I could even see them attacking with these two. We're just dead. We're very, very dead. Do you have something that makes us even more dead? Please give us all the information. I'll accept it. I would estimate we have something like a... How would we stack the decks to win this game? All is dust. Well, we would start by having a Stubborn Denial in hand. That's step 1. So we're just dead. So let's assume that they draw nothing but lands for the rest of the game. Specifically lands that don't do anything helpful. So maybe like Power Plants, Tron lands, Basic Wastes, Eldrazi Temple. Nothing like a Ghost Quarter or a Sanctum of Ugin. We're going to go to -1 real quick. So if they draw absolute duds, we bounce this after they attack. But we need them to not be able to play it after. With 1 card in hand, I don't think we can do it. We need to bounce and counter the Wormcoil. 1 card doesn't let us do that. So let's go to the sideboard. And let's find out what we do against Tron. We're going to take out some Mandrills. Fighting on the ground against Tron isn't exactly great. 1 Thought Scour is going to go because we're not that dependent on the graveyard at this point. Looks like I'm taking out 2 Chart, of course, but I don't know if I like that. We're going to find out. 3 bolts. That makes a good bit of sense to me. They didn't do that much. They did a little bit, just not that much. Spell Snare and a Stubborn Denial. We're going to be bringing in some nice counters, so I could live with this. Spell Snare also is basically really bad against Tron. It counters Chalice and Walking Ballista on 2. I don't think it counters anything else. We're going to bring in a lot of cards. Let's have on Ancient Grudge, 2 Huntmasters, Savage Knuckleblade. I think the Mountain, but we'll get back to that. Dismember, one of my favorite cards against them. Ceremonious Rejection. Counter those colorless spells. What are we missing here? Destructive Revelry. We got that, we got that, we got that, we got that. 3 Blood Moons. Probably not something I should forget to board in. Cutting them off of colorless mana is handy. Specifically colorless, not generic. They can have as much of that as they want, as long as they can't resolve Wormcoil Engines and Walking Ballistas. If they can, we're still in trouble. And Mountain, to help us out. Cast our top end, help with Moon. So how good is Disrupting Shoal right now? They don't have many 1 CMC spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards to pitch to a Shoal to counter a 2 CMC spell. That's not the worst. Is there anything I'd rather have? Maybe a Bolt. Possibly another Mandrills. Probably not Chart. Maybe Chart. Is Chart good? We don't really want inevitability here, but we do have Huntmaster, so we're at least fighting that battle a little bit. I'm not sure. Shoal doesn't hit much. Maybe we could hit Graveyard Hate, something like a Relic of Progenitus. Basilisk Color Expedition map. I'm a fool. I forgot about Expedition map. That's the reason I like Shoal against Tron decks. I guess it is worse against Eldrazi Tron, but still. We will be on the play again, hopefully with a little more success. We're not going to find it with that no-lander. We're probably not going to find it with this one either, which is unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure this is a mull. Don't think we're going to bobble hoping to get there. That I'll keep. It's absolutely not good, but I'll keep it. Fetch land on top. Let's bottom that. Okay. I would love to pay shock and cast Delver of Secrets. Head to the opponent. Hopefully this one doesn't get answered right away. That'd be nice. Alright, that's a bad sign. Mishra's Bauble. Well, doesn't transform anything yet, but we might get there. Definitely want to cast this. I also want to get in. I may or may not want to use the Bauble to scry. Now the thing is, we would have to do that now. So I think I'd rather wait. To be fair, we could Bauble scry with the fetch on their turn, as long as we're willing to crack the fetch when we get back to our turn. But that's not necessarily ideal, because that could require us shocking after. As is, I think we're going to go for the Delver flip here. Ooh, I like that card. Mana Leak is acceptable. Bauble Trigger going to hit the stack first. Let's have Delver take a look at that beauty. Yes, I would like to reveal that card. Yes, I would like to draw. Do I want to fetch? Probably not. Serum Visions. Well, that makes me want to fetch. That makes me want to fetch quite a bit. Island Stomping Ground? Maybe Island Mountain. We don't need double green. I could go for Island Mountain. Steam Vents Mountain? Do I want double red? Probably not. We're going to conserve some life here. The reason I'm not getting a basic forest with this Foothills, which would make Blood Moon very good, is I would kind of like to have red mana. Ooh, Ancient Grudge, 4th land, and Huntmaster. Okay. Well, we have a game plan. Put on top. We're not going to go for Ancient Grudging this because they'll sack it in response, but we will hold up Mana Leak. And we will get in for 3. The opponent cracking map. Technically, I don't see them cracking map yet, but I'm assuming they didn't crack map. Maybe they're really land light and they don't want to thin the deck. They might be casting this to bait out our Mana Leak, but on the other hand, there aren't that many things that make me want to have a Reality Smasher resolve, so unless we very much expect the opponent to have an Endbringer in hand, this is getting countered. We're also going to untap and blow up this Expedition map. Put this into play tapped. We don't need it. That, red, blue. That's going to cut them off of Tron for a little while. They do have plenty of Eldrazi spells, I imagine, but still, it's a start. Ancient Grudge not doing much besides that. If they Chalice on 2, that's perfectly fine. They're probably going to pop that. I would pop that. Yep, that happens. We are not drawing the graveyard half of our deck for at least a little... Oh, if that's a... Oh, we have to let that resolve. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. If we bounce that, we draw Huntmaster, and they take Huntmaster. So, that's going to happen. Take the Vapor Snag again. That's rough. But, you know, we get to hit for 3 and then cast Huntmaster, so it's only so rough. Knock them down to 10. Green, blue, blue, red. Get that Huntmaster down, build up a board, we can do this. That's a lot of Eldrazi temples. 3 regular mana. That's interesting. 4 regular mana. Nope. We may be using the Eldrazi Temple Eldrazi ability. I mean, we're just going to take 4, right? We don't block that. Not sure why they didn't attack. I wouldn't block. Unless they have a removal spell. That could make sense. Ballista. That's fair. Oh, that's not good. Well, they can only take out 1 of these with Ballista currently. So we do get to get in for 3. Unless they're willing to have Huntmaster do some stuff. If they take out Aberration, Huntmaster gets to survive. If they take out Huntmaster, Aberration gets to survive. We're not going to play this Misty. That seems a little silly. They decided they don't want to take 3. That's fair. That is perfectly defensible. And quite possibly the best line available. Well, we're just going to pass the turn. I'm assuming they don't have a Dismember handy. They don't. Fantastic. Them, that. Now, knock on wood, we draw better than the opponent does, because this is an old-fashioned top deck war. The opponent with quite a bit of mana, especially for Eldrazi spells. Don't think they attack there because of the wolf and the 2 damage on the Thought Knot. We have Bauble. We're not going to cast that. Do we cast that yet? That's probably worth casting now. I was thinking if this was... that there's no way to say... Okay, I messed up mentally when I was thinking this. But my plan was we play the Bauble, and then since the we don't play Bauble, and since Bauble draws you a card on the next turn, we're going to draw a card, then we play the Bauble and a spell that we draw. But that's ridiculous because you have to play the Bauble to draw a card off of Bauble. So that was just a complete brain fart. So we're just going to try to draw some stuff with Bauble here. We're just going to get through our deck slightly faster than we otherwise would. Don't think they attack. Pretty sure they want to take it slow. We're going to crack this. Oh, I should have played the fetch at this point to scry. That's my mistake. Chalice of the Void could be bad eventually. We draw... What do we got? 2 non-lands? Goyf? Land. Okay. So we could wait on Goyf in an effort to draw another spell and then transform Huntmaster. But if we do that, they might Chalice on 2 and then we can't cast Goyf. So I think I'd rather just cast Goyf now. We crack this fetch. Goyf will be a 3/4. That's not the best, but it's also not the worst. You know what? We're going to wait. I'd rather transform Huntmaster. They might Chalice on 2. They also might Chalice on 1. Chalice on 2. Goyf's not going to resolve. To be fair, the graveyard definitely is not big yet. So that wasn't the biggest bad thing that could possibly happen to us. Are we... Do we already have... We already have 1 Bauble gone. So that means there's 1 Bauble left in the deck. We have a few Delvers we could potentially scry with. Thinning the deck probably isn't worth it. I'll draw. Thought Scour. Ayo! Gassing up. Aw, jeez. I mean, I'm going to cast 1 just to transform the Huntmaster, but still. Aw, jeez. Go to the opponent. We're going to gain some life, make another dude. This Huntmaster game plan to close out the game, not very good. But right now it's the best thing we have, so it's what we're going to go with. 7 mana Karn. Okay, well there goes Huntmaster. Oh, we turned over a Blood Moon. That's why Goyf grew. Not to mention the Scour being an instant. And then we could crack the Misty and Goyf would be a 5/6, and we'd be able to attack however we like. So, in this particular game, playing out the Goyf instead of holding on to it would have been better. Don't know if it's actually better, but it would have been. Okay, what do we got? The best... not the best thing in the deck. Okay. We swing both at them. They block one of the wolves. They go to 6. At that point, we go down to 6 from their attack. Then we untap. We have one wolf that can block to buy us one more turn. If they have nothing, but they'll probably minus Karn to get rid of the wolf. And there's no card we can draw to take them out from 6 life. So we are pretty dead, as far as I can tell. Oh, if we don't attack, though, they can't attack with Thought Knot. That's something. That could buy it. No, they could just Karn to exile one of the wolves. They now have Tron online, so they have just a boatload of mana. I mean, they already had a boatload, so maybe now they have 3 boatloads. Yep, wolf down. Okay. That sounds like they have another Karn, given that they were tapping 7 mana previously, but what do I know? Apparently enough to read body language. Or tapping digital language. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Right now I'm wishing I had a Goyf on board. Okay, so I'm leaning towards the play Goyf when you get the chance side of things now, as opposed to the transform Huntmaster side. Playing Goyf's probably better. And so we die. If we had the Goyf, to be fair, that Goyf wouldn't have lasted very long given the Karn situation, but that might have been enough to turn things. The Goyf also didn't get much bigger until... what was it? We scoured over Moon and Delver. So that was after the Bauble, and I believe the Bauble is what drew us Goyf and this Steam Vents. Forest? So then, the Bauble drew us Goyf and Steam Vents. If we played Goyf, they play Chalice, and then we draw the Thought Scour. So in this game, it probably would have worked out like that, where playing Goyf would have been fantastic, and very well might have gotten us the game, because we would have turned over Blood Moon, Delver, cracked this, Goyf's a 5/6, we get to attack, they probably have to double block. Things look a lot better from that position. So yeah, in this game, I'd say we definitely should have played the Goyf if we knew how this would go down. And overall, I'm thinking we probably should have played out the Goyf. Anyways, we're going to be eaten alive by giant Cthulhu spaghetti monsters in just a moment. Here they come. Let's let the opponent know that it was a good time. And we are dead. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video, watching us get mercilessly eaten by the Eldrazi Menace in what is most likely our worst matchup. It's what I would consider our worst matchup. Definitely the worst in the top tiers. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.